Hey everyone, I'm Nito King, and last time on Torin's Passage we helped Zippy the Blind Magician with his magic act. Now, I guess it's time we put our own act together, and maybe somehow get closer to finding Lycentia, if we have time. Now the assistant director here, who is decidedly not named Becky, signed us up to play the musical Saw. Well, the good news is I've already got a saw, but I need something to play it with, some kind of bow. Maybe this'll work.
Ooh. This bow could use something to keep it from slipping.
Well, it's almost right. See, now they play all the songs I want to hear. Anyway, the trick is that once we've helped Zippy, we've got to make a complete circuit of the amphitheater, and the gymnasts are gone, leaving behind nothing but their rosin, which is what we need for the bow.
Mr. Torin. 1 minute, Mr. Torin. Mr. Torin, on stage in 1 minute, Mr. Torin.
So coincidentally, the moment we figure out how to play the saw, we get called to the stage. So I guess we better just head out there and give them a show to remember. Or at least one they'll never forget. Man, look at all those empty rows of bleachers. You guys want to hear the bagpipes instead? No? Gotta be the saw, huh? Okay, you asked for it.
And now, a medley of my favorite songs from the lands above. Where the peat moss croons in the light of 3 full moons, and those crystal mountains summon my heart home. Yes, the lands above are the place I'll always love, no matter through how many worlds I roam.
That's it, now come with me.
But officer, why, you have tears in your eyes. Are you from the lands above too?
No, I'm a musician. Now come with me, you're under arrest.
What for?
Impersonating a singer.
Torin of the lands above, since you violated the probationary period I granted you, I have no choice but to sentence you to immediate ostracization from the world of Tenebris, into the Null Void with him.
Not the Null Void.
Exactly where I want to go.
Here we are, boy. Now you stand over there.
Hey!
Good riddance, plant crusher.
How can I just float in midair like this? Oh, I get it. In the very center of the planet, gravity pulls equally from all directions. But how can I move? There's nothing to grab onto.
And I will never figure out what that cop has in his mouth. Look, when he threw us against the wall, it shattered the odd crystal that has Lycentia's voice on it. Well, that's pretty useless now. As for momentum, yeah, we've got a pretty big area to cover here. And we'll need some kind of propulsion. Good thing I've got something that spews air in a particular direction. And now all we got to do is use this console to control our movement. Hold down a button, it charges up, and then you let go a blast. Of course, charge up too hard and you'll just hit the wall. You pretty much never need to go outside the green area. And our goal in this case is in the lower right. There's a little door in the background. the only feature in this entire crystal cavern, so that's gotta be what we're looking for. It helps to get as close to the door as you can in the foreground, and then you can go into the background, where you move a lot slower. Might as well charge up a full blast here, because you can't overshoot the door. And this must be Lycentia's place.
Dreep.
This could be bad.
What a shame to come all this way and not be able to get inside.
Yeah, we definitely have to find a way to get past Dreep. Fortunately, he seems to be pretty stupid. Maybe we can lure him out. We've got a recording of Lycentia's voice, although it's in pieces. Let's take a look at those pieces, shall we? We can grab one of them and stick it up in the top slot there, and it'll play just that portion. So if we put together the right pieces, which is a lot easier to do because I know what all the pieces are. It starts to sound like something.
Here.
That's the last one I need.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
That sounds about right. So now we'll just stick it out in the Null Void and lure Dreep to come out and hear Lycentia calling him from the middle of nowhere.
Come here.
Now the sad part is you can't ring the doorbell and run.
Come here.
Dreep.
Come here.
You distinctly have to hide on top of this porch.
Come here. Come here.
And I have no idea what Torin's mouth is doing there.
Come here.
But in we go. The final confrontation.
What the... Boogle? Mom? Dad? I swear I'll stop her.
And there she is, Lycentia. The one we've come all this way to find. And there's absolutely nothing we can do to her directly. We have to use one of our inventory items. And it's pretty obvious which one we have to use.
Congratulations, you did it! That's nice to see someone else has an Lowe sense of humor. That's why you get to hear this, my very own personal Easter egg, instead of the boring plain old death message you see before you there on the screen. Anybody who comes all the way through this game asking everybody you meet about this evil sorceress named Lycentia, and then finally finds her, and then tricks Dreep into following a recording of her voice, and then doesn't use the Book of Magic on her, but instead plays the bagpipes, deserves much more than just another boring old death message. So here's my personal thank you for playing the game. And now, enjoy the ending. But whatever you do, don't tell anybody how you got this message. Instead, just taunt them with, "Why, I got a personal message from Lowe at the end. Didn't you?"
Interestingly enough, it was one of my brothers who found that, and not me. I was too straightforward a thinker. So time to get this confrontation done the right way.
What?
You dare enter my home and attempt your little magic spells on me.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Probably for the best, though, if the only spell we know is swapping places with someone. And there's not a whole lot we can do with the downed Lycentia, except touch this collar.
Foolish boy. I have more power in my little finger than you'll ever possess. The collar. Torin. Of course. Who else could remove the collar?
How do you know my name?
I was your nanny.
Nanny?
I saved your life the night your parents were murdered.
Murdered? No! How could you? I thought you had them in a magic spell.
No, Torin. The Farmans are safe. But they're not your real parents. Your real parents were the king and queen of the lands above.
What? But then I'm...
That's right. You're the next king.
No, that's wrong. I'm the next king. You should have died in your cradle that night, little nephew. After searching for you all these years, you won't escape me now. I killed your parents. And now I'll kill you. One step closer, boy, and I'll finish her.
So, that was the exposition for the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, there's only one thing we can do. We're kinda locked into the end of the game. We can switch places with him, but just standing here, that's not going to do us much good. So let's go perch on the edge of this lava-filled crater.
No, don't!
Which makes absolutely no sense until you realize that we can next make him stand on the edge of a lava-filled crater. Good thing you didn't see that coming.
Lycentia! Lycentia, are you okay? That was close. I thought he had you there for a second. Hey, Lycentia! But the lava...
Oh, Torin. That's not lava. That's Dreep's supper dish.
What about my parents and Boogle?
Of course. Torin, I think it's time for all of us to go back home. To the lands above.
But what about Sailor Saturn and Yoda and those other people she captured? Nothing? Okay.
Torin, where's my tools? From town, remember?
Son, who's this lady? And is she gonna stay for dinner?
Mom, Dad. Oh, it's great to be home again. Oh.
So, that was Torin's Passage. I got 999 points, which is the maximum. I don't remember whether there were a whole lot of points that you can miss, or whether it just deducts some if you take hints, and if you don't, you're guaranteed a full score. Seemed like sometimes I got points for talking to someone a couple more times than you really need to. But all in all, I think it was kind of a fun game. It was just really underwhelming. Particularly for when it was made. We were starting to see stories that were a lot more involved and intricate in the Sierra catalog. King's Quest VI, for example. I guess 7 kinda was, but I have my own complaints about that. This one, it was obviously going to be part of something big. They planned a 5-game series of Torin games. Not that they were all necessarily going to focus on Torin, but obviously this one didn't do too well, and Sierra was kind of in the process of going under at the time, so the rest of them never got made. Will they ever? I have no clue. Music starts to sound a little like Indiana Jones, doesn't it? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this presentation of the game at least. It's probably worth getting yourself and having a run through. Explore a bit, find some stuff that I didn't. There's always some. Oh, and of course, we've got to revisit the theme of the least important character in the game. Remember when I said that Princess Lena wasn't going to show up again? She really didn't. I wasn't making it up. She just kinda poofs out of existence, never to be heard from again. I'm pretty sure that whole thing was just meant to set up a future romance plotline for the later games, but again, the only thing we can really judge is the game we've got. Now here is the theme for characters that actually mattered. Yeah, I'd kinda like to return to the Veeder theme too, but the snails theme is fun. Wonder if Zippy the Wonder Llama is where Zippy the Magnificent got his name. It's gotta be. Absolutely gotta be. And when the game ends, we're just dumped back to the chapter select screen. You can play any one of the chapters again if you want. You can replay Pergola, or Asthenia, or you can just go to the exit button and never look back. But I'll be playing through the game one more time for the bonus video, so I'll see you then.